Yo, this is crazy to me. Check this out. So, I'm out and about trick-or-treating when I stop to think about the bigger picture. I'm going door to door begging for candy. What is Halloween? Prepare for an intense history lesson. Halloween is on October 31st and is short for All Hallows Eve, which is a day that marks the beginning of a 3-day celebration commonly referred to as Hallowmas. On the following day, November 1st, it's All Saints' Day, in which various Christian faiths honor all the saints. That's essentially honoring all the faithful dead worthy of recognition, in case you're unsure. And on the last day, November 2nd, it's All Souls' Day, which various Christian faiths honor all the faithful dead regardless if they're noteworthy or not. And you see, All Saints' Day plus All Souls' Day is why we have All Hallows Eve to prep for the 2 days, which All Hallows Eve later transformed into the Halloween that we know today. Well, that's interesting. Halloween is the eve to prep to honor the dead. But why don't we celebrate All Saints' Day? Well, part of the reasoning is because I'm an American. Most children in Portugal, for example, go door to door on November 1st instead of the October 31st as I know it as. But not so much to celebrate Halloween, more so to celebrate All Saints' Day. But it's kind of confusing because slowly Portugal is starting to integrate more Western practices. So it's only a matter of time. America. As far as why America doesn't celebrate All Saints' Day, well, in some parts they do. In parts of America, like the South, some people decorate loved ones' graves with flowers and candles and even host church services for All Saints' Day. It's just not as common as Halloween, though. Well, that's cool. Halloween, or as we can now knowledgeably call it, Hallowmas, is a very old tradition that takes many forms today. And for complexity reasons, it's probably best to leave it at that. But why do we wear costumes and go door to door? Way before Christianity adopted Hallowmas, there were the Celts. And the Celts used a calendar marking called Samhain. And Samhain marked the end of the harvest festival and beginning of the darker half of the year, aka winter, which, whoa. Hey, take a look at this. Daylight savings falls on All Saints' Day this year. But don't be alarmed, because yes, daylight savings falls on All Saints' Day this year, and even last year it fell on All Souls' Day. But if you look at a span of 10 years, it's pretty random within the first week of November, so... Anywho, the Celts believed that throughout Hallowmas, the dimensions separating the living and the dead became one, which meant that good spirits and bad spirits alike could walk amongst the living, which created 2 reasons to start dressing up and wearing costumes. Number 1, it was believed that wearing costumes would trick the spirits into thinking that they were also spirits and leave them alone. A lot like how hunters use duck calls. And number 2, people went door to door on All Saints' Day wearing costumes, posed as the spirits, collecting food in return for prayers for the dead. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I want to pause and really clarify what in return for prayers for the dead means, because if you're anything like me, hearing something like that is like trying to listen to a fly speak English. Yes. It's just weird. So, it was believed when someone religious died, they could no longer practice under faith. So, while some people had enough time while alive under faith to make up for their past wrongs, others simply did not, thus not being worthy of God's forgiveness when it was time to go to the afterlife. So, with that, people believed that giving food to any dead spirits, whether if they knew it was a person in disguise or not, would give prayers to any dead family and friends. Man, the human race has believed in some very wild stuff back in the days. And I guess in some places they still do. But it's okay, humans. I'll love you regardless of whatever fad you're going through. Okay, never mind. Let's resume. And this is how we got the tradition of going door to door wearing costumes. With 3,000 years of Halloween evolution in between that, of course. Okay, that is some awesome leverage. Now I can tell people if you don't give me candy,
Your loved ones are going to forever suffer and will never be accepted by God.
no, I'm just kidding. That's extremely cruel. But my final question is, why am I begging for candy? Okay, the answer to that is pretty easy to understand. The Celts were around about 500 BC, and high fructose corn syrup really wasn't a thing back then. So foods like apples and grapes were of the same value. In addition, when you take into consideration the evolution of Halloween, after Christianity adopted it, trick-or-treating got its first official title, souling. Kids would go door to door begging for soul cakes while singing a traditional soul cake song, which essentially begged for sweets and then blessed possessions. Listen to this iteration of the song by Charlie McCarron.
Soul, soul, soul cake, please goodness is a soul cake. An apple, a pear, a plum, a cherry, any good thing to make us all merry. 1 for Peter, 2 for Paul, 3 for him who made us all. God bless the master of this house and the mistress also, and all the little children that round your table grow, the cattle in your stable and the dog by your front door, and all that dwell within your gates. We wish you 10 times more.
So with that in mind, considering about 2,000 more years of Halloween evolution and the rise of high fructose corn syrup, the popularity of Halloween, and most importantly, the rise of capitalism, it becomes pretty obvious how candy evolved into becoming the Halloween treat of choice. Who would have known that Halloween was so rich in history? There was so much more information that I wanted to add, but this was essentially the core knowledge that you needed to understand the basics of Halloween. So in conclusion, next time that you see your friend dressed up simply as a slice of pizza, you can shake your head, drop to your knees, yell capitalism, and drop some candy for the dead homies. But you know, this is kind of an irrelevant side note, but I can't help but to feel that people don't appreciate the trick as much as they appreciate the treat. So let's go see what we can do about that.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was so scary. Oh my god! I love it. Oh don't do that! Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't do that!
Okay, alright, I just wanted to scare people on one of those little scooter things, sure, but just let me have my fun. But disregarding that, today I only have one simple question for you. Do you celebrate Halloween? Use the annotation next to me to cast your vote. It'll take you back to the homepage in which I encourage you to subscribe for more content. And if you're on mobile, feel free to weigh in the comments section. But whatever the case may be, remember to always feed your curiosity.
God bless the master of this house and the mistress also, and all the little children that round your table grow, the cattle in your stable and the dog by your front door, and all that dwell within your gates. We wish you 10 times more. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace this holy tide of Christmas, of beauty and of grace. Oh, tidings of comfort